ahorita los que van pasando día a día van a llevar su póster.
Quiero comprar uno, le dije, porque si no le digo nada, no sé, tampoco no se anima. Ah, bueno, no dice nada. Esta puerta no me ayuda, está un poco, moverme un poco del blanco.
¿Yo se ha hecho esto antes?
Está muy seco.
Estaba la arma.
Falta que no dale. Ahí le vamos a poner a mano.
No, es que no se puede aquí.
A ver cuántas sacamos, porque esas van a ser una de 30 o una de 20 o algo así.
Lake Atitlan floats on the backstrap looms of the women weavers who hold on to their tradition by its last threads. The hustle of the pueblos can be as taxing as the taxis that cart tourists from cafes to hotels. The ubiquitous bodega proudly provides processed foods packaged in plastics that soon litter the coffee fields and lake shores. Many women have given up looms to peddle synthetic scarves or simply bottles of Pepsi. It is in this context that I am grateful to have discovered women who retain the integrity of their traditions, their creations, their life, and their art. The man who introduced me to them shares his perspective of the women's living tradition.
I thought the Mujeres Tejedoras of San Juan was most interesting because they grow and harvest their own cotton and use natural dyes to color all of their threads. These women are organized into cooperatives, so they have a democratic business structure, and they've come up with a way to preserve their cultural heritage, which is the textile weaving that's pre-Columbian, to bring money and retain their culture within their own homes and villages. The most significant, tangible, short-term benefit from what they're doing is providing a second income. And women in Guatemala that are indigenous, that can not leave home and also provide a second income, is very, very rare. The fact that they can do that at the same time as preserving their cultural heritage, which is the textiles, is awesome. I think that's amazing. And the fact that they can utilize that to generate income and keep their families fed and together is very unique and worth finding a way to market or propagate or retain.
Pero igual como una cosa así similar a un huipil, pienso que sí es accesible para
Claro, claro.
Porque un huipil a veces sale como 1000 quetzales, 800, 600,
Claro,
así de verdad es. Pero si uno ama y conserva su cultura, todo es posible.
I think the broader implications is their ability, the women's ability, to change their family dynamic and their social dynamic, because they have a need now to market a product and to communicate both in Spanish and in English and in other languages and with other people. So they have a reason to educate themselves. They have a reason to read the newspaper. And I think the long-term effects is they're passing on to their children the benefits of being able to communicate with other people in other places and around the world. I think this only will serve to break the glass ceiling that the women have in Guatemala, and also help to stabilize what is generally a very, very poor indigenous population.
So why would a gringo want to buy a $20 scarf that's handmade with natural dyes when the woman on the street is selling what looks the same for a third of the price?
Yeah.
Perhaps to appreciate authenticity, to preserve a tradition in diversity, to pay a fair wage for a scarf that took 15 days to make, knowing that the education of the children whom these cooperatives strive to fund will increase the joy of the world in which we all live.
I think just on the most basic economic level, they can't really afford to send their children to schools. which is part of the issue, or the community is poor enough where they can't afford to have a public school system. Therefore, the kids are less educated just for financial reasons. In addition, I think that them having access to more money and a way to generate an income gives them an incentive to be educated. All of a sudden there's a reason to speak Spanish or to speak English and not just Zutuhil. There's a reason, because they now have a product, to get educated and know more about the world. Therefore they can push their product farther or travel or bring what they're making to another market.